Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elias here with Weekly Missing Heat. We are back with another episode post Vengeance recap. We are back. Here's the crew: Matty, Ice, and Moise. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, nobody will believe in that promo. Everybody is going to think that it is a generic mess of just somebody wishing they were over and doing all they can to try to get over the hill and the hump, but eventually just falling back to oblivion and becoming nothing again.
So, guys, Matt is the only person in the world who didn't like the LA Knight promo. Going into the news, Eli Drake, now known as LA Knight, which Matt probably didn't get that reference either, is now on NXT.
That's a dumb name. LA Knight is a dumb name.
No, you're a dummy. Yeah. You don't get that reference either, do you?
No, I don't.
Eli Drake calls people dummies, and he says "yeah" after everything. Like, you know how there's the easy button from Staples.
So wait, is his gimmick? He's a white aging guy that thinks he's being cool.
That's exactly what it is. Yes.
I don't want to watch more of this. This is just, what I was talking about, it was not about this promo. I didn't finish it. I don't remember this. I thought I did, but they must have. I thought I had seen this because I saw him talk about the guy in the back who's from Barstool Sports, and he says something about, "You're from Barstool, aren't you?" or something like that. I don't know, I'm gonna rewatch it and see.
Called it Barnyard.
Barnyard. Anyways, I don't know who this Eli Drake is. I watch a little bit of NWA when they were doing the Power Hour, and then it obviously faded away, and I faded away from watching it, and I'm not up on to date of the Eli Drake saga or LA Knight. That is not over and not going to get over, especially in mainstream. That's the thing about, I mean, NXT, I guess he's going to have a little bit better of an opportunity to do that.
He trended for 48 hours, Matt.
So did my whole.
No, that's trended for 72 hours.
And it's going to be forgotten about, and Nia Jax is going to be put back in developmental soon. That trending only lasts you for the day you trend. It doesn't matter after the fact.
That's all Vince cares about.
Yeah, but if he can't trend again, then what?
I think being a fan of old school TNA before it went down in quality and came back up, Eli Drake actually was pretty good, and it gives a chance to pair him up back, or either put him in a program with Robert Stone too, because those two were classic together when they were in TNA.
I think in what month is it right now? It's February. By May, Matt will be saying "dummy, yeah" after everything he says.
That's a good. If anybody wants to take the under over on that, I would definitely take the under.
All right, let's continue with the news.
Lacey Evans is pregnant, like really pregnant.
How much time do you want to spend on this? How much? Let's decide right now how long we want to spend on this. Congratulations, Lacey Evans, and to her husband or boyfriend. I do not know if she's married or not.
Ric Flair to that.
Okay, stop it right now. Stop it right now. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. What is up, Tanner, by the way? Tanner hanging out, watching over on Facebook. How are you doing? If you're interested in wrestling, in the world of wrestling, in the world of hot women getting impregnated by Ric frickin' Flair, because that makes total sense, then you came to the right place, Tanner. You found the right place right now. Also, make sure you share this with other people you might know who want to see pretty blonde women get impregnated by Ric Flair. I'm going down the wrong hole, so I apologize for that.
You said hole.
Okay. I'm not a fan of storylines that involve old Hugh Hefner types, and I'm not a fan of storylines that revolve around women being used as pregnancy objects, and I'm not a fan of all of this. So I have nothing to say besides congratulations for the real pregnancy that is actually happening, and then poop on you, WWE, for trying to make a storyline out of it with Ric Flair.
Well, Matt, most sources are saying they're just going to drop it. So
I hope so.
Now, serious news. Conan's in the hospital in critical condition. His kidney's acting up, and he has COVID.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Update on that. He's actually doing better. He's just dealing with COVID. So prayers out to Conan, and hope he gets better soon.
Good job, just swerving that, Moise. Good job. Good.
Hey,
God, you got a personality for being on screen for news recall. Good breaking news. Let's talk about this person getting fake pregnant, but really pregnant, and now someone might die.
I'm just reporting it like Melter reports it, okay? And those were the 3 big items. Is there anything else you want to touch on, Elias? Okay, Elias left. Is there anything else you want to touch on, Elias?
The former WWE stars that put in for the concussion case are actually taking it to the Supreme Court.
They're not going to win the case.
Yeah,
you're not going to win the case.
Also, it is a rumor that Triple H is starting a second NXT show called,
and it's already been taped.
Quote unquote NXT Evolve, which is a step down from NXT main show, which also is going to give a chance to build more stars up and possibly get another title into another brand so it could start developing people even more, apart from having people to fight for TV time on NXT. So I think it's a good thing because it adds more value and gives more people TV time, especially the up and coming people, makes them give a chance to actually build their name on that brand and then go from there. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that in all seriousness.
I am neither excited nor am I not excited. Like I am not anything about this because I think that it's so in my opinion, I think it may turn into like an OVW what was their Florida promotion called?
FCW.
Yeah. I think that this is going to be something that's super low profile. Evolution-esque, maybe. I know Evolution is larger in like the UK and stuff. My point being is that I don't think that this is going to be a promotion running against anything. I think this is going to be.
This is just more of a
Peacock content. It's Peacock content.
Yeah, Peacock content. So also interesting thing about that, the Evolve owner, Gabe Kapolsky, I think that's his name. He's actually going to be one of the head people over that brand, which is basically, I'm thinking it's going to be Evolve 2.0, Evolve 2.0 just under the NXT banner, which is pretty good because he did really good job with Evolve itself. Build stars up.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Build stars up like Austin Theory and others that have come through the WWE banner. So
this is purely for NXT WWE marks. Like that's what this content is being made for. Like it's for Elias. Like he wants to see more of the development of WWE guys going through the system and like eventually turning into larger stars, hopefully one day and stuff. Like that's what this is. This is just for NXT WWE marks. And I mean that in the nicest way. I'm not saying that in a derogatory, negative way. And I could be wrong, Moise. Do you have interest in this? Like, do you want to, other than giving it an odd, like peek every once in a while, or like when you hear there's a good match, you're going to watch it?
It's going to be exactly like NXT UK is to me. Like, if I read that something was great online, I'll go back and peek it. I'll peek that episode.
Yeah. That's exactly what they what I think the plan is for that specific show. Also there is more of a growth interest in creating a performance center in Latin America, which will probably be Mexico, which is also a good thing for the Latino brand down there. The last bit of news, Fox WWE Twitter got some heat this week by creating
I purposely skipped this. Yeah, I purposely skipped this on the news. It is what it is. I didn't like it. So let me explain this to Matt, because I think I know how to. Matt, on Twitter they have to build your own fantasy team, and you have $15, and it's like a $1 tier, $2, $3, $4,
okay,
$5.
I saw that, but I didn't click on it.
It
was build your own super team, and it wasn't all female wrestlers or not.
It was all female wrestlers.
Yeah. Okay, what was the heat?
Natalia being in the $1 bracket.
Who being in the $1 bracket?
Natalia.
Why?
Yeah, same thing that everybody said.
I think she should be happy she's even on the bracket.
With WWE and their booking and the way that they treat I completely agree. Sadly, like That's dumb. That's pretty dumb. Hey, we got a really big full show of Vengeance Day and NXT and AEW, and I really want to get to it. I know that there's important news stories, but we should definitely talk about NXT Vengeance because I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Raw, because we need your thoughts on that, right?
Yeah, it turns out it was all in my hole, all of it. This the from start to finish. Okay,
and a pregnancy.
That's going to be the most over Nia will ever be in her entire career. My hole.
All right, so we kicked off top points of Vengeance Day. Both the Dusty Rhodes Classic Men and Women's Finals. I thought that those were the ones that actually kicked off the show with the women, and they did pretty well. I enjoyed seeing Gonzalez and Dakota Kai win. I think that it's needed for them. They're high on Dakota. They're high on Raquel Gonzalez. So I think it was a good thing for them to win that tournament.
I think that match should have been 5 minutes and should have just been Shotzi getting dominated and then the pin.
Wait, did this match not turn you into more of a Blackheart fan?
No, because that sliced bread she hit looked horrible and she almost broke Reina's neck.
I feel like anybody else you give like a lot of like leeway. You're like, that move could have been better, but it was still enjoyable to watch it happen. But like with Shotzi, you're just like, it could have killed someone. Like she is not putting people's life in danger. If she was, they wouldn't keep her in there. They took Nia Jax off of the air for hitting somebody in the nose too hard. Okay, like. Shotzi is not a reckless fool. I think that she has that sort of, when Big E goes through the ropes to hit the outside spear and we all wish that he would stop because it looks like he's going to kill himself.
Yeah.
He obviously has control enough to keep doing it and he trusts what he's doing, right? That's how they're actually looking at Shotzi. Like she has this persona like she's not safe or the moves look kind of
so turn her heel.
Well, okay, but she's a tween though. She's Blackheart. Like she gets to live in both worlds. She gets to be like devilish and have you ever walked into a Hot Topic in a mall?
Joe, she's basically female Tommaso Ciampa except not safe.
No, I would disagree with most of what you just said there. I don't know. I don't think.
Elias, wasn't Tommaso Ciampa the Blackheart like a year ago?
Blackheart, when he was legit heat. What are you talking about? That was actual legitimate people wanted to murder him type of heat.
No, he was Blackheart when Johnny turned heel on him.
He was Blackheart. No, he was Blackheart first when he turned heel on Johnny. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he stayed Blackheart when Johnny turned on him too.
Yeah, but at that point, the meaning changed. Now it was my heart's hurting so much that it's turned black. Now it hurts for Johnny. Come back, Johnny.
Okay. I want to talk about the second match. I want to talk about Kushida and Johnny Gargano because I feel like we can go on for.
We got your opinion of the first match. I want to hear Elias's opinion of that first women's match. If he has anything that stood out, or if he has any final words.
No, I think match was straight to the point. I enjoyed the dominance of Raquel Gonzalez. She is money in my opinion. I think that the more they develop her and the more she grows into her own, she'll be great. We'll talk about Wednesday when we get there, but I'm starting to see her.
I think her and Braun are still a thing because they do have some cute tweets back and forth. So I think they're still a thing.
I thought the match was also very good. It was a good, solid match that I predicted, and I think we all did as well. And it was the right call as well. Like having Ember Moon with Shotzi helps Shotzi, and Ember Moon doesn't need to win that match. Dakota Kai and Raquel are going to do more with the opportunity while still building Shotzi with Ember by her side. Like I still think that they definitely they won on Wednesday together. There's a reason for that, right? Like they see these two as a team or something clicking between them, or the ability to use Ember to better Shotzi by having them eventually turn on each other and having a good match with it as well. Like there's something there.
There's chemistry. There's chemistry in that group. Has a tag team, and you can see the chemistry growing. Has opponents eventually. So, but that we'll close that match on that North American Championship match: Kushida versus Johnny Gargano. I think this was the match of the night, in my opinion. I thought that the Balor versus Dunn match was going to steal the show. This one actually did steal the show. I enjoyed the match back and forward. Gargano was taking a beating from Kushida pretty much a lot of the match. So
yeah, I was really impressed with Kushida, who I probably should know more about, but I don't. So don't shoot me. But
So he
also,
was actually head of
also, hello, Chris on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. If you're
Jagadio!
interested in hearing our thoughts about professional wrestling, we are here every single Thursday at 8 Central Standard Time. So make sure you share the video, let your friends know about it. And hey, if you like women getting pregnated by Ric Flair, this is the place to be, because that's what happens here. We talk about that kind of stuff because, professional wrestling. Anyways, Kushida, very good wrestler, very talented in the ring. I like his suplexes. I like his. I didn't like his ring attire when he wrestled the week before on NXT. And then I was like not sold on it when he started wrestling in it. And then as the match went on, I was like, this is like legitimately the perfect ring attire for this kind of dude. This dude has like that, like, I'm doing everything I possibly can to try and get to the point where I can beat this person. And like he's sound, he's technical, but he's also like gritty. Like, I thought his ring attire was very good. Anyways, very good, hard fought match with great false finishes. It ended with a wonderful DDT, or leaping DDT that he hit so well on the outside and then on the inside. Johnny did a great job of selling the body parts that were getting beat up throughout the match as well. Just a fantastic match overall. Sold me on Kushida 100%. I thought the right person won. I think Johnny will do more with the title and keep building it up. And I think that Kushida totally would have an opportunity to win it maybe down the road. But judging what they did with him on Wednesday, I don't know if that's obviously a plan for him. I don't see a feud continuing personally. That's my thought.
I think Kushida's going to go into the cruiserweight title scene because Santos is going to need someone after Cross. I love this match. Right now, it's my match of the year. It's my top 2-3 match of the year candidates. Just because there was stuff there's just stuff you haven't seen, and I love when they do that in a wrestling match, like running all the way down the ramp to kick someone's hand off.
Just and Johnny's expression. Johnny's a really good heel because he can be taken serious, and then he can also not be taken serious, but at the same time still be taken serious. Like, he did the thing where like he was looking at him on all fours, and he like noticed him, and he like did the quick scurry as he turned on all fours so he could like start going away, and it's hilarious. And then the kick happened. It's like, this is like that cool. This is that fun part of wrestling. This is the fun part of wrestling that's still serious enough in a match that keeps you interested as well.
And I love that there was no outside interference. Candice, Indy, and Austin Theory were all not at ringside. I love that too.
I like the Dexter Lumis. I like the Dexter Lumis aspect of it. How he came in on kidnap Austin Theory, and then just took him away has a factor of the match. I like the way the storytelling of this match, because it sold on the injury that supposedly that Gargano had given Kushida, or no, Kushida had given Gargano, and then he got his payback on it, and then Kushida came back and gave him another hit to try to legitimize the injury itself. I think that going forward, I think that it's going to probably be Dexter Lumis. That's going to be the next person that's going to be up for that WWE, the NXT North American title. So I think it's a good program and good storytelling on how they're progressing with the storyline, with the way, and all those guys. But yeah, that's my take.
Do you guys see, and just quick question, just simple yes or no, is Gargano NXT for life at this point? Because I think he is.
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be NXT for life. I don't even know what that means necessarily anymore, because there's an issue with them calling up guys that are quote unquote lesser, right? Like, they call up not Judas Priest,
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. They call him up. He has not been the NXT champion, correct?
He is North American champion.
See, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this newfound where they're calling up guys that feel more green than the guys before them that weren't green. Where's the pedigree, right? Like, where's the notoriety?
on Damian Priest. Damian Priest actually comes from ROH, has Punishment Martinez. He had a great run in ROH.
Nobody
And
cares about that watches WWE Monday Night Raw.
Okay,
he's
so
actually had good matches in NXT as well. So
Damian Priest thing, Vince is really high on him, and he's getting the highest YouTube numbers right now. It might be because of Bad Bunny, but he's getting the highest YouTube.
It's because of Bad Bunny. Yeah, absolutely. Stefan says that I look like broken Matt Hardy. I am not broken Matt Hardy, but I will tell you, delete.
It looks like he's going to be broke Matt Hardy after the AEW pay-per-view.
We'll get to that soon. Vengeance Day was great. Kushida and Johnny Wrestling was great. I think they might put Kushida in a program with Escobar. It doesn't look like it. Maybe I could be wrong. I will comment on the rest of the event as the podcast goes on. Please do. I appreciate that. That was what Chris said. If you also watched Vengeance Day, let us know what you thought about Vengeance Day as well. Let's go ahead and get on to the next match. We're all in agreement that this was a good match.
Yeah. Answer my question. Do you want Johnny Gargano to go to the main roster?
I would love to see him on the main roster, but I'm happy where he's at. He's doing great. Being that leader, locker room leader, along with Ciampa and Balor. So it's a good thing to have.
And Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. They got NXT has some leaders, so you think about Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Ciampa, Gargano, and people. Yeah, so you got a great foundation to keep training these guys, and eventually you want to see them on actual Raw or SmackDown. But I'm happy where they're at right now. At this point, they're doing a great job. They're having great programs, great matches. So I want to continue to see that.
We're already at 7:22, so let's jump through these next two matches. I think we all agree that the Dusty Rhodes Men's Classic match was good. I'm just going to say that I enjoyed it, and that I think that the right people probably won. I think to give the younger guys, I know they're not actually young, but to give them some more push and to keep them kind of moving forward in the positive trajectory that they're kind of headed in, I think was a good idea. And I don't think that it's going to hurt grizzled young veterans. I think that they're a well-established team with a lot of people that like them from behind and everything. So I think that they're not going to lose any of their momentum because of the loss.
If anything, it added more because the match was hard hitting. Both teams went toe to toe with each other and just gave each other the beating. The grizzled young veterans literally went technical on MSK, and MSK brought their crazy high style, high flying action towards them. And the way that they built up to as the match progressed, and MSK just got more and more hot as they went. It told the story perfectly, and literally the ending was perfect for me, at least.
And one thing I love about the grizzled young vets is they always come out with a microphone in their hand. I think
we're going to go down this ring and we're going to kick your ass now.
I think you actually need to do it more. I love it because you get that quick mic time, especially because NXT has somewhat of a crowd there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. The triple threat for the NXT Women's Championship. I think we were talking about this before we went live, but I think the match was good. The only thing that I took away from it was the kind of the semi botches. The table falling apart was kind of like a turnoff a little bit.
Took a lot of the air right out of the room.
Yeah.
Right? The moment that table fell apart, it's like
how smart and good is EO to just start climbing as soon as that table broke and just add another high spot though. I give her props for that.
That was. I think all three of them worked together. I enjoyed the climax of it, and then I also enjoyed the finish. The finish was actually pretty good in my opinion, for what it was.
Yeah, I like that it was a clean match all in all for all three women in terms of the storytelling, and that there wasn't somebody that needed to get involved for Io to continue to keep her win there. I would have liked to have seen Toni Storm win because I like the persona of Toni Storm, and I think that she could really hold that belt well. I would have honestly been okay with Mercedes Martinez winning too. I thought she comes in like a monster with this like ability to like can take control of a match in a very aggressive and physical way. And then Io has already proven what she's capable of and who she is, and like she's still the top dog of the women's division. She's arguably the best female wrestler in primetime spotlight area. I mean, it's difficult for me. Like, I like a lot of the main roster females. I love Charlotte Flair. I think that she is just so good. She's one of my all-time favorites. I love Sasha Banks. I love Bayley. I think that there is a lot of women doing some amazing thing, but like it is hard pressed to not say Io is the best female wrestler in the world today.
Yeah, I definitely agree. She's made a case. She's beat Charlotte Flair. She's beat Rhea Ripley. She's beat some of the top stars out there, and she's done it in a great fashion. And her high flying abilities, her relentlessness, just keep going and just keep fighting is one of the things that makes her and separates her and does put her on the top spot of women's wrestlers right now. There's a side note. There's a whatchamacallit, Corey Graves went on his podcast the other day and basically kind of like threw something out there that is true though. He said that he kind of wishes that Asuka will go back to NXT Asuka, that made people get scared of her.
No, not go back to NXT. Go back to NXT style Asuka.
NXT style Asuka. Go back to her old ways as she was when she was in NXT.
And you know, as much praise as I give Charlotte Flair, and I don't know whose call it was to have her lose at WrestleMania, but that was the worst thing they could have done to Asuka when she made it to the main roster. And it's one of the reasons why we don't trust WWE in moving superstars to the main roster is by giving them opportunities like this. Like that, the only person that should have won that main event should have been Asuka because she should have never lost.
And Rhea last year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Rhea was a different story. Rhea, I didn't hate that one because it was in NXT and it was for the NXT belt and it was somebody with
first match.
Yeah, it was on WrestleMania.
What match am I thinking of then? Didn't they have a match where Charlotte went to face Rhea Ripley in NXT?
They did the triple threat where Io won the title finally.
I must be thinking of something else. But well, even that one I didn't mind because Asuka had undefeated streak though. Asuka because Asuka is a smaller wrestler in general, because Asuka is a high flyer and stuff like that, like different styled and everything. Like she needed this momentum to keep propelling her forward, in my opinion, where Rhea Ripley looked great in defeat. Because she's lost before. We've seen her lose before. And you know what happens when we see her lose? She comes back and wins. Asuka, what happens when Asuka loses? We don't know because we've never seen it. And it wasn't the time on the biggest stage of them all to show it.
Yeah, I think that was...
Before we move on to, they're continuing the Toni Storm storyline as we saw on NXT. But the second point I want to make is I think they need to do more of the subtitle promos with Asuka too, that they're doing with Io, like in the dark room. Just put the subtitles. She doesn't need English isn't her first language. Like you don't need to have her speak it. She can speak her language and just have the subtitles. And
that's old school. I know you know this, and I know like the old school persona is if you speak another language, what are you? You're a heel. You're foreign. You're different. Therefore, if they give her the subtitles and they give her language, more or less, then she has to revert to being evil because that's a terrible American. Huh?
Not Io, but
yeah, I know you're talking, but that's what I'm saying is if they do let her do subtitle promos and they do give her native language, then they have to turn her heel because that's a terrible old wrestling trope.
Yeah. All right. Moving forward. Balor versus Dunn.
I want to start this off. Because I was so happy with the way that this match started. I'm so happy that we didn't see the first big, off the feet maneuver for like almost 10 minutes. I'm so happy that this felt like just absolute back in the day wrestling almost like backyard wrestling, and I mean that in like terms of like how you would wrestle with like your brother when you were really pissed off and angry with them, and they were just constantly grabbing at each other, twisting each other, trying to get the other to submit. There was counter after counter after counter, and it had to be almost I mean I didn't look at a timer obviously, but it had to be 10 minutes before we saw like like a proper suplex. It had to be 20 minutes before we saw a turnbuckle get used. It had to be almost 30 minutes when the match was getting ready to end that we started to see the high impact maneuvers that made you feel like this might come to an end. Like I wanted, yes, it built and built and built, and then it crashed, and it was the most beautiful. That right there is my match of the year as of today. Now.
And here's the thing, I enjoyed this because we look at British wrestling. Like when you look at Walter versus Tyler Bate or Walter versus Dragunov, you see the high flying, high impact stuff. This is old school New Japan style that they went to. This is a slow build, and then it has it build. You start seeing more and more action, and then they got to that point where it just literally took off, and you saw everything. My favorite part of it was Dunn's ability to just manipulate every bone in Balor's body. That is art that isn't done a lot anymore.
Especially not even in the US, obviously, but like you look at Zack Sabre Jr. and you look at like some of those guys that come overseas that are just like, oh man, could you imagine like this makes me it makes me so annoyed that in the cruiserweight tournament when Zack Sabre Jr. was in it and stuff, like they didn't use him to his full potential, like that we could have seen.
Kota Ibushi. I always said this.
Yeah.
Why aren't you showcasing the technical side of Kota and Sabre? Yeah, I guess a cruiserweight tournament, but you have guys like Mustafa Ali and Gargano that can do that stuff.
What about Kenta? Why was Kenta never given this treatment in a main event spot with somebody that could go?
He kept getting hurt. That's
partly, but like then they would match him up with people that he deserved to beat and he would lose to as well. Like I would love to go back through Kenta's NXT match history. That would be interesting. That'd be very, very interesting. Anyways,
I agree that WWE dropped the ball big time on Kenta. I'm a big Kenta fan. I'm enjoying the work that he's doing in New Japan right now with Bullet Club. That was one of the ones that they dropped the ball on. Partly was because of his injuries, but at the same time, they could have built something when he came back. And I think that
I was so excited for that KO match, and then the whole injury happened, and I was really looking forward to KO and Kenta because I think that could have solidified Kenta on WWE TV.
Many levels, yeah. But yeah, no, this match was hard hitting. Man, I want to see a rematch of this. I really want to see the rematch of Balor and Pete Dunne again. I think that the second match is going to probably be
and the thing is, they'll do a completely different match. It'll be the opposite of what we said. It'll be like crescendo to a dip to another crescendo because that's how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
And the storyline keeps building.
And we did get that to an extent with Wednesday, right? Like obviously it was a 3-person tag team match, but it was a completely different match. It had a completely different outcome. It had a completely different sense of feeling around the entire event as well. Like these two, man, Finn Balor, who I kind of thought was, I don't want to say on the decline, that's the wrong word, but on like the ready to pass the guard in a way type of.
You thought he was flatlined, essentially.
Flatlining, yes, agree, yeah. But no, oh my God! Like I have so much more want to see, and I love Pete Dunne, man. He is just absolute.
So perfect. At the end of the match, that was the icing on the cake. Having Thatcher and Lorcan come out, attack him, and then Undisputed.
Danny Burch and Lorcan.
Oh yeah. Burch and
I get them confused.
Yeah. Undisputed Era coming out, fighting him off, and then when it seems that they're gonna add Balor to Undisputed Era or make an alliance, Adam Cole turns on Balor and then turns on Kyle O'Reilly, and that was the moment that they've been building for a long time, that they held off for a long time to actually do. And I thought that was the perfect time to do it. I really think that was the perfect time for them to turn Adam Cole against.
Real quick question before we go into NXT: Who kicked Finn out of Bullet Club and who kicked Adam Cole out of Bullet Club?
The Young Bucks kicked Finn Balor out when he lost the match against
AJ.
his Roppongi 3, the Roppongi
Oh, the porn
they,
stars, the guys that do the porn star gimmick, right?
yeah, but he was no, he I forgot. I know the name of the guy. Anyways, he lost the match to him, and he was banned. He was kicked out of New Japan because he was coming to WWE. When Adam Cole got kicked out, there's this whole storyline about Adam Cole secretly doing stuff to try to sabotage Bullet Club,
With
and
the
then
Kingdom,
that's
right?
when
What with the Kingdom?
no. They were gone already by then. What happened when Adam Cole got kicked out was when what's his name the other British wrestler the gimmick the bird gimmick.
I do not remember this.
You're doing wings. I can't think of anyone. Okay.
He was part of Bullet Club. Bullet Club.
Anyways, let's move on because we still got more shows. We got a lot of stuff to still talk about, guys.
Anyways, he got kicked out when that person debuted. I forgot. He got in trouble with that speaking out movement, and he hasn't been heard of since.
Oh, Marty Scurll.
Yeah, Marty Scurll. When Marty Scurll debuted, Kenny Omega kicked him out, and the Young Bucks, they all did all that and kicked him out. So that happened. But yeah, let's get into NXT. NXT basically kicked off with Kyle O'Reilly calling out Adam Cole, and then I thought that was a good segment. It added on to the heat that Adam Cole has with him
by not coming out.
Yeah. By not coming out and Roddy Strong coming out and actually trying to defend the actions and stuff like that, and then seeing Dunn and them come back out and attack them. That was a decent chaotic opening. That was the intro. If anybody else got to say anything, then we can go to the next one.
No, I thought it was a good intro. They had a lot of good back and forth. I like Finn coming out and being like, "Oh, you think you need to talk to Adam Cole? No, you got to get behind me, Sonny." And then them getting rushed out again by Pete Dunne and his guys, and it was a good opening to it. It had a lot of momentum.
Podcast, but what would Roderick Strong say if he did come into the ring? Like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Adam kicked you in the face." Like,
well, no, I didn't. Yeah, but the whole point was he wanted to come in there and he wanted to be like, "Hey, listen, I know that things got screwed up there at the end of the night," but he didn't want to hear what he had to say because, like he said, I don't trust you. Like, yes, Adam Cole's the one that kicked me in the face, but you didn't exactly like stand up for me. You didn't then kick him in the face. No, you just literally watched him kick me in the face. And then I woke up and everyone was gone and I had to go home by myself and I was sitting there wondering, why did I get kicked in the face? But no, I didn't have a problem with that. I don't want to talk about every match individually just because we don't have a lot of time to, especially because
that great either.
NXT wasn't very good. It was very ho-hum in my opinion. For a pay-per-view that was so high, it had 3 moments for this NXT, and maybe that was planned, right? The beginning was a good opening. It had a good Dusty Classic moment where they crowned their winners, which was fun, and then they had the ending with the match with the tag team. Sorry, the tag team match. Excuse me, but
let's actually talk about one thing though. Isaiah Swerve Scott turning heel.
I'm not. That match was botchy. There was some bad misses in it. There was some really poor communication in it, and it felt.
That's how Leon Ruff works. It's the whole Shotzi Blackheart thing. Leon Ruff is reckless.
You shut your mouth, right? It wasn't reckless. It wasn't reckless. There was literal missed spots. He took a drop kick that didn't touch him, and he's like, "Oh no!" Like there was poor timing and communication in that match. Okay.
Yeah, but I want to talk about the trophy segment. I love the whole Beth Phoenix and MSK eating popcorn when the 2 women's teams were going at it. I think Raquel looked like a badass, especially when she was like, when I was like, Dusty said I'm a beautiful, dangerous bitch, and Raquel was like, Dusty never met me, and I was like, oh shit, okay.
There was fun. I do have a problem with Shayna and Nia. I can't buy them. I can't do it. I can't buy them as a team. I think Nia is still not interesting to watch, and I was not digging it. Okay, I was not a fan of it personally, so I don't got really much to say about it. It was a fun segment. I do want to say, if Elias right now says that he liked them eating popcorn and stuff like that, right? Like you liked like the humor of that. I feel like if AEW did that same sort of spot, you'd be like, that's dumb.
No, I actually enjoyed that. And if AEW did it, I think it would be funny too, because it adds that comical aspect to a serious moment. So
the reason why I say that is because I didn't really like it that much. That's where I'm going with this. Is I thought it was cheesy and corny.
I thought it was funny. I thought it like the reaction.
I don't think you should have Beth Phoenix doing it, because Beth Phoenix should be like the one getting in the middle, like, guys, calm down. We're in, like, y'all are four of the baddest women.
No, I think she did perfectly, in my opinion, because it was more of that, like, you're watching the tea just develop. Like, when you get that tea, when somebody comes to you with some tea and you're just sitting there like, oh shit, like this is really getting good. So that's that kind of.
I'll usually know from the first sip if the tea's gonna be good.
Yeah, can we talk about the tea for a minute? Can we talk about the tea?
The tea probably has vodka, whiskey, or tequila.
Oh, okay, okay, that sounds, okay. I got you now. I understand a little bit better. I didn't like the humorous added complexion to it, because it made a moment that was supposed to feel genuine between two up-and-coming stars in the winners of the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament, who's now going to get a title shot at prestigious belts in the World Wrestling Entertainment world.
Belts, not NXT belt, main roster belts.
Roster belts. And while this promo that is supposed to honestly make them, this promo is one of those promos that's supposed to make them, like, they're going to use this promo when the build happens for their promo video, and they're not going to show the three knuckleheads in the back eating popcorn, because it doesn't add to the drama. It takes away from the drama. I did not like the popcorn eating part of it, and that's all I wanted to say.
I disagree on that one, but yeah,
they're going to use that in the promo package. They're gonna show the knuckleheads eating popcorn while they're arguing with their competitors.
They're marijuana smoking kids. They're MSK.
Yeah,
maybe they smoked blunts before they came out and they had the munchies.
Honest to God, that would have made more sense. It would have made more comical sense. And then when she goes, you can just blow it out your hole, blah blah blah. Making fun of the line, and then what's his name falls on the ground. Like, then it once again takes away from the drama, the drama, the intensity of it.
That was supposed to be a mic drop moment, though.
It was but the mic drop would have been better had there not been a man drop along with it. Because then
I usually don't.
I liked it anyways, but all right, main event: Dunn, Lorcan, and Birch versus Balor, O'Reilly, and Strong. I thought the match went in a steady flow. At the end, I think it was a perfect ending to the match. How they try to get him with the title, and then Balor accidentally Pele kicking Roderick Strong, which adds a little bit of mystery to that of what's going to happen next, where Roderick Strong stands. And then just Pete Dunne coming in and doing his finisher on him just to get the clean pin on him, 1, 2, 3. I thought it ended great. And then just Adam Cole coming back out of nowhere and just super kicking Balor, and then
but why have Adam Cole come out and hold up the title? I guess that sets up for a three-way dance, a three-way, or why no fatal three-way?
Kyle O'Reilly.
Why no? Kyle O'Reilly's not in the main event picture because he got kicked a couple times.
No, I think it's good. I think it's going.
He faced Finn last month, remember? So he had to feud with Finn already going.
Yeah, but not anymore. That moved past.
I think it's going to be a fatal three-way. It's going to be going to be Balor versus four-way, because you got to think about it. It's going to be Balor versus Balor versus Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne versus Karrion Kross.
What?
No. What? No, what are you talking about? No. And I
never agree with Matt.
Well,
Here's how
if not,
you do it. You do the
if
fatal
not,
four-way. You do the fatal four-way. You put Kyle O'Reilly in. You do it on the March 2nd show to compete with Shaquille O'Neal, and then.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is we're not going to see a pay-per-view match that's a fatal four-way. The next pay-per-view match is going to be a triple threat match with Finn, Balor, and Adam Cole.
I think the pay-per-view match will be whoever wins the title versus Cross at Mania, because Finch wants Cross at Mania.
Yeah. So I think it's going to all lead to whoever wins that against Cross.
Wait. What title does Finn have?
The NXT title is depending on Mania, because there's no Mania Takeover this year.
Yes, but is Finn going to go against Cross?
Cross.
Yeah.
And you bring the demon back. Yes.
Yes, but okay. Now it's making. Wait, why is Cross getting a title match at Mania?
Because Cross never gave up the title.
Yeah.
What happened to Cross? Who is Cross? I don't know. Teach me Cross.
Cross gave up the title after Keith Lee because he dislocated his shoulder. He never lost it. He never lost it.
Doesn't he know how to stay in? Like, come on, just rub some dirt on it.
Dude, he's going home to Scarlett Bordeaux. He's doing great. So no, from everything I've read, it's Vince wants Cross on the Mania card.
Oh God, that means he's not ready.
No, he's ready. He's
not ready. He's gonna look terrible on Mania. He's gonna look terrible.
Did you see that's why they're.
No, nobody watches Impact. Nobody even knows what it is.
Okay, so they're building him up right now as a monster. They're putting him against Santos Escobar next week, which is not an actual title match. It's
Escobar said no. Escobar said no.
Well, if Escobar doesn't show up next week, he gets his title stripped. So,
what title does Escobar have? The North American title?
The cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight.
You watch these 100, you just put it on 1.25 speed and just go through.
This week I did.
So I can tell you this. I see the triple threat between Adam Cole, Pete Dunne, and Finn Balor. Yeah. And then Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly go do their own separate program, which is basically Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly.
That's gonna be a great program if that happens.
And Cole gets called up after.
I don't know about that one.
Cole's gonna leave. He's gonna move over to AEW to be with Britt Baker.
He just signed a 4-year contract like a year ago.
Yeah, it's all a ruse. It's all to get you aroused.
All right, so that was NXT in a nutshell.
Yeah, let's move on to AEW because we have no time to talk about AEW, and it was a much better show this week, and I definitely want to talk about it.
Talk about AEW.
What?
Half an hour to talk about AEW.
What are you talking about, Willis? We don't got enough time to talk about all the great things that happen on AEW in a half hour. This was a great show. This was a very, very good show that's competing with, after a very good pay-per-view from, you know what the AEW did correctly, in my opinion. Moyes, back me up if you want to, or tell me I'm wrong if I'm not. This is a really good storyline show. Like, there didn't need to be anything.
I'll give you that.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree on that.
It did such a good job building up storylines. They fucked up in one place. They messed up in one place with Sting, not because he took a power bomb. It's because of who he took a power bomb from. Because if you know anything, you save the moment that the people want to see for the pay-per-view that you're trying to sell. Like, I can't believe they gave that away for free. Like, especially because they had the moment sold, right? They throw the jacket and he backs him into the corner. He takes the bat and he hits, or he starts to get attacked by the bat, and then he takes it off and he hits Hook with it, backs him up, and then all he needed to do is swing it at Cage, and Cage fall and roll out of the ring and then leave. And everything would have been
dodge it and get out of the ring because he's scared, quote unquote, right? Yeah.
I don't know. Scared, you dodge it, right? And you get out of the ring and you're able to do the stare down, look at each other. I don't think you gain anything by power bombing Sting. I think that was a really odd move, because what I thought was going to happen, like on the pay-per-view, was Sting was going to take a power bomb or a body slam on like a table, and then he was going to be done for the majority of the match until the last 5 minutes when he comes and like hits somebody with the baseball bat while Darby Allin does the coffin drop onto Cage and wins. Like, so I think it's a weird spot to give away for free. Let's let's hear your guys' thoughts on that, and then we'll go backwards a little bit on some of the other storylines happening inside of AEW.
I'm still like I told you this, guys, a lot of times. I'm still worried about Sting taking bumps in the ring. The power bomb looked that he landed correctly, but that whiplash on his neck kind of like you could see him like kind of like getting a little stiff when he was on the mat. So it's like it's still kind of worrisome knowing that the injury that he has.
What is he selling? What is he selling? Because he wasn't wearing padding for the power bomb. It came out that he was wearing a pad for the power bomb. So,
I still worry.
I find it really sweet of you. I find it really sweet, Elias, that you care about Sting, even though I feel like you don't like Sting. But I'm happy you care. You care for him.
I actually love Sting. I love.
It was Moyes that didn't like Sting that much. It was Moyes that was giving me trash on liking Sting.
I gave you your Gold Dust and Sting stuff. I was like, I don't want to see that.
Real wrestling fans do. Real wrestling fans want to see Sting versus Gold Dust. That's what
Gold Dust. Guess what? Gold Dust is owned by WWE. Sorry. Next.
I know, and trust me, we should have also got Sting versus The Undertaker, and that never happened either. There's lots of what ifs that Sting's career should have had. Anyways, let's continue on with your thoughts on it. Did you also agree that like it made no sense to give up the powerbomb though for free on TV like this?
I did.
I think that they did it just to build up the match and the pay-per-view.
But a lot of the show was rewritten because of travel issues. So it could have been Ricky Starks was just going to drop him with like a crossbody or something.
And that's the thing. It could have been if he got hit with the bat. If Sting would have been hit with the bat and fell down, that would have been fine too. Like to a point, it makes no sense to hurt him and then not keep fucking beating him up. I mean, it's not like they were having a match. Right, like
it just felt like, well, that's it. Like
like they powerbombed him. Like, all right, guys, let's leave. We've made our point.
We made our point. Let's leave. No, it should have been like just how they dragged Darby Allin last week. They should have done something else.
Right. Imagine if they would have stopped when they knocked out Darby Allin last week. They're like, oh, he's knocked out. Let's leave him alone now. Look at him sleep. He's so precious. But no, they put him in a fucking body bag and pulled him with a car.
So, going backwards. I'm enjoying this money mat on AEW though.
Right, I'm 100% invested, and I love it, and I'm so happy that the swerve that I didn't see coming, and we talked about it last week too, where I was like, I like this, and the thing that I said about it was I want to see what they do with it next week, and I'm so happy with our payoff for this. This is fun wrestling again, and it's I wish Matt Hardy was 5 years younger. I wish he was just a little bit more agile, a little bit more loose, a little bit more limber in the way that he's able to work, because I still think he's a great ring general, and he's awesome technically, and he knows what he's doing, but his body does not move at the same pace that his mind does anymore, and you see that every time he wrestles. So it's interesting to see what this match will look like with a Hangman Page. It will look interesting.
Well, this match itself, speaking of the match in general, it was good, but there were some botchy spots due to timing issues and placement issues. Yeah. There's this top row spot that one of the guys from TH2 did that kind of missed. I think
completely missed. It was yeah.
Oh, the twist of fate at the end. The guy landed on his hand, and he could have like front flipped out of it. He landed.
Yeah, but I think that was more, and this could be me reading into it. I don't think the Hybrid 2 wanted to lose this match. I think that they were not happy being jobbers in this situation. That's the feeling I got at the end of the match, and he did that just to be like, I don't know. It was one of those oversell jobs, is what it looked like to me. That's the way that I looked at it.
He wanted to make it look like he fell on his head.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah. I think that the build afterwards, when Matt was telling TH2, I'll give you this amount of money if you beat up if you beat up
I like how they stayed
$100.
I like how they stayed by the ring though. They're like, the Hybrid 2 just lost, and they're like, hey, let's just see what happens. Let's hang out for a little while. I know that when you lose, you just leave the arena and stuff, but like let's take a front seat and see what happens now. Like whatever. That was silly in my opinion as well. Still, And the funny thing is we can make fun of the match and say how poor it was because the match was the least important part of this entire thing.
The storyline
Yeah.
was what made it perfect. Especially Dark Order coming out afterwards and saving them.
I was wrong about you guys saying that this is like Adam Page's transition to becoming the new leader of the Dark Order or whatever it's going to become and stuff. I think you guys are absolutely right. I think Dark Order is now going to have a full face turn, which obviously they've been working on for quite a while, and it's
John
going
Silver
to
is money.
Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed.
And they're going to be something different. Like this Dark Order is going to be different. It's going to be led by Adam Page. And you know what? We said some pretty negative things about Adam Page being in this weird mid-card position. And if they make Adam Page a mid-card monster, a mid-card, like someone that's always there, if he's like a Dolph Ziggler back in the early 2000s or mid-2000s, if he's like a, that kind of workhorse type of character and stuff, like I got no problem with that.
I just hope that my only thing about it is that I hope that they keep that momentum on them, because we've seen too many times in the past 2 years that they build them up and then they all of a sudden they forget about them for a while. And they do that with
everyone because they have such a stacked roster and they only have 2 hours.
Yeah, that happens on every show for the same reason. But I agree. I completely agree. The reality is they after this is over, after Sunday, after the pay-per-view, and we're both assuming Adam Page wins, right?
Oh, shit. We still have Elimination Chamber predictions, too. So, yeah, maybe we don't have to do this.
I don't know if that's going to happen, boys. Anyways, we assume that Adam Page is going to win, and if he does win, then he's going to take the money, and I can't wait to see. I love the idea that you called me broken. He said broken Matt Hardy, and you said he's going to be broke Matt Hardy, and that legitimately is probably going to be his next gimmick, and I'm excited to see what he does with it because it's going to be funny. It's going to be funny.
So,
especially because, sorry to cut you off, Lex. AEW always touches on you go to the pay window after you win. If they have broke Matt Hardy and he loses like 3-4 matches, and then he's like, dude, I need to win a match, and then you introduce a new character to help him win or something, I think it could be great stuff.
And then he shows up to the pay window to get paid for winning the match, but then Adam Cole is standing just right there behind him.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, until April, I get all the money until April, Q1.
Like it's gonna be really funny.
So good point on AEW that they did something right for a change on the women's division. The Serena Deeb versus Rio match was actually one of my favorite matches on this week's card.
Dude, Serena Deeb and Rio was one of my favorite matches of the year as well.
Oh, man. I was actually shocked at how good this match was, though I do think the storyline of it was dumb. Not the injured leg part. I thought that was fine, but I do think it was a bad move for Serena D to lose this match in the opening round. She is the NWA.
Rio is so over.
She is. I know. Don't put her in the match in the opening bracket. Put her in the semifinals against her, because here's the thing.
Yeah, I think the
NWA Women's Champion.
You had Thunder Rosa win the first match, who was your challenger, who lost the belt to her. Yeah, I agree. I can give you that.
Like I'm talking, and I'm purely talking from booking and very nerdy side of the wrestling type of fandom right now, which I give Elias crap on all the time. All the time I give Elias crap on it. But looking at this booking for this match was very frustrating because she is the NWA Women's World Champion, losing against a by no means is she not a good competitor, but man, how are you NWA and you're okay with her losing in the first round?
Yeah, no, this I would have loved to see this match as a semifinal match at least, or quarterfinal at the most. But I think that they booked this one wrong.
Great match. Agreed. Great match. Awesome finish. I think they should. Awesome finish, in my opinion. The finish sold the ability for her to do it, obviously, but I still don't like the booking of it.
And I mean, I just think it should have been a different one.
I have a problem. We gotta talk.
Oh God.
Why the hell is Tay Conti and Anna Jay and Nyla and whoever the fourth woman is? Why are their matches on YouTube?
Because you couldn't remember the fourth woman's name. That's why, Moise. That is absolutely the reason why.
I want to see more Anna Jay and Tay Conti.
Great, go watch it on their YouTube channel because they want to get their numbers up.
No, pause. Why is Britt Baker and Anna Jay on? Why is Britt Baker and Anna Jay on a YouTube? You could have made that on the show. They're both over.
Yeah, but they want you to go watch their YouTube channel.
But
They have to have big names for you to look at their YouTube channel.
There's women in the Dark Order too. You could totally have Anna Jay upset Britt Baker, and then it'd be like the whole family coming together, right?
I can see that.
I think that's a problem with AEW's booking on women.
Because Tay Conti's losing to Nyla. We all agree there.
Nyla. I don't know about that.
You think Tay Conti can beat Nyla?
I think that it could definitely be a upset, and the reason why is because I think Nyla. I don't think they know how to use her proper, and I don't know if they want
to have Tay Conti and Anna Jay in the next round because they're a family.
That's what makes it interesting, and people want to watch interesting.
He's Adam Page. He's Adam Page. He's not Dr. Phil.
From a booking aspect, it's a dream match because you want to see Tay Conti versus Anna Jay, because they're the best friends, and then all of a sudden they turn into a.
You got to be competitive.
Yeah. So,
I don't think Nyla will lose. I will bet tobacco on that match if you want.
I don't know about that.
I think that's the ongoing issue with AEW's booking for their women, and that's something that they're working on. I think they took a good step at this match, which should have been in the semifinals, but it is what it is. Tag team championships. AEW.
We're not going to talk about Orange Cassidy versus Luther. We're just going to skip right over that very important match.
That match was 32 seconds long,
and it was 31 seconds too long.
I think
it was really dumb. I don't know if they just wanted to get Orange Cassidy on the screen for people to watch. Was why
I want someone left on my TV and Shotzi Blackheart. You know who that is?
Don't even
Luther.
say it. Luther. Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess he's like somebody though, like from back in the day, right? Like he has like a lot of credibility. I don't know him.
Apparently, this whole barbed wire explosion match is going to be written by him because he's a doctor of death matches. Yeah.
Well, I don't care about that, but let's move on because I want to talk about that at the end. Okay, Team Taz attack Sting. We already talked about that, obviously. Moving past that, let's talk about this Young Bucks versus Santino and Ortiz matchup with some very interesting Santana and Ortiz. What did I say?
Santino.
Morales. Anyways, Santana and Ortiz in a very, very good matchup, proving their skills are still entirely intact and they're being used poorly in AEW.
I don't think so. I like what they said before the match. We haven't got a title shot for 18 months because y'all are scared of us.
Agreed. But what I'm saying is they haven't used them up until now, except for as comedy sidekicks to Chris Jericho. While Chris Jericho is still allowed to be taken seriously as a wrestler, they're not. Like, it's amazing what Chris Jericho has done with his Inner Circle faction, because what he's done is he created a semi-comedy group, which Chris Jericho does good with professional wrestling comedy, right? But he's used his sidekicks to be comedy acts while he is still allowed to be taken as a good wrestler, right? Like, that's a weird thing. Looking back at it, it almost like makes me more annoyed with that I ever liked the Inner Circle at all, because you missed out on great moments with somebody like Santana and Ortiz in a match that could have been a lot of fun to see them do a tag team title match much earlier in their tenure.
Yeah,
well, I did like the thing they did with the best friends, the parking lot brawl. I thought that was really good. Made them look like badasses. But then they were messing with the best friend's car's mom. Like, they made that a joke rivalry as well. They took their clothes and threw it inside the showers. They spray painted windows and broke glass, but it was their mom's car. Like, they weren't badasses, they were dicks.
I think this was a one-off match that I wish they would rebook them as strong as they did. I kind of didn't like the ending because I wanted to see a clean ending on the match. That's my only gripe with it. Because
I think this is leading to what you said last week, though. Like, I think Santana and Ortiz are going to split, and
I didn't get that feeling from the promo beforehand, though.
You know what? But after the match, when they all attacked the Young Bucks, did you notice how Ortiz was just sitting down there like, "What the fuck are we doing with our lives?"
I did notice that. I did not.
He did have a moment where it's like, because even if you look at if you look at Sammy Guevara's blog, because I watch it, he told them, he's like, you're not even the best tag team in the tag team, and you're the tag team.
Yeah.
Like in the inner circle. So
You
you
guys are watching
basically
vlogs now?
I didn't
I-
watch that.
To follow up on
I watch-
storyline.
that's AEW for you. If you miss in the Elite or Sammy's blog, you don't get caught up with a lot of the stuff that they do on the back end of shit.
But they
That's
still
their
do
story.
it. They do a good enough job of making you aware of what's happening for the need to know stuff, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
TNT needs a 15-30 minute pre-show where they just show us these YouTube things.
Don't.
No
matches.
no matches.
No. Just keep it to what they're doing, because the
Impact
one thing
that third hour.
what is Impact? Why do you keep saying these words? No one knows what they are. Speak English, Moise.
The Forbidden Door.
Anyways,
Let's move on. Let's talk about the main event. After this, we saw Matt and Mike Sindel versus FTR, which I actually skipped through this match. I was not interested in this.
One thing the
only thing about it that I would say was the ending when Jurassic Express came out. And
yeah, I saw that. I skipped through it, and then I got to the ending, and I saw them go with Adam and stuff like that.
So, two quick things on this. Matt Sydal, is Matt the one that was the brother, the one who hasn't wrestled on American TV. Every time he tagged in and out, he would jump over the rope. He never went in traditionally. I thought that was really cool. Second thing, when they showed Luchasaurus' mask, I thought we were going to see him unmasked or with face paint or something.
No,
and I thought we were to that.
I thought we were going to see. I thought we were going to see like. No, I've never seen it without a mask.
He looks like a rock star mask.
Well, I thought he was going to get like a really cool new mask. Like I thought he was going to get like a big mask, like I don't know, just like a giant yeah. I thought it was just I thought it was going to be really crazy, and then it was just like the same thing. It's like, oh, okay, that was a thing they did for whatever reason. So, but I am excited to see FTR with Tony Blanchard in the ring to see what it is they have him do. If you were scared about Sting taking a powerbomb, I want to know what you think about Tony Blanchard getting in the ring.
I think Tully is there to cancel out Marco's stomp. Like, he's just going to punch Marco one time. And
I think that's.
I just want to see him like lay on top of him the entire time. Just like
good for Marco's stunt. How many people can say they got punched by Tully Blanchard, right? So good for Marco's stunt. Yeah,
I can't say that. I can't.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's next with that. But anyways, main event: Jon Moxley, Rey Fenix, Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston, Butcher, and the Blade.
Can we quickly say that the Butcher and the Blade are the legitimate best looking and best named tag team in the entire world right now?
I like Pride and Powerful. I like Pride and Powerful.
Pride and Powerful from where?
That's Santana and Ortiz's real name.
Pride and Powerful?
Yeah, but they don't.
No, they're Santana and Ortiz. They're Santana and Ortiz.
They're in a circle.
Come on. The Butcher and the Blade.
Shout out. Their music was remixed by my boy Peter Rosenberg. Shout out.
Your boy?
I met him once.
Okay, let's move on. John Elias is like, I'm just done with this now. I don't even want to hang out with you anymore. Okay.
All right. Main event. I thought this main event was good.
Yeah, it was fine. It was absolutely okay. This was the problem.
Win back.
Yeah, but this is the problem. So that was an issue, right? Okay, so first match of the evening was the match meant nothing. It was just to get to the storyline. The last match of the evening, the match meant nothing. It was just to get to the storyline, but there was a problem because the main event
storyline in there too.
But they didn't. But that wasn't the important storyline. Like that's the problem.
Is that promo on it though, Matt? Right?
I know, and it was great. I loved the Eddie Kingston promo. I loved it, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter in this because they needed to sell more time with Kenny Omega and then talk about the exploding barbed wire match, which I'm so excited about. Can we talk about how, I don't know, this feels, there's something really cool. I don't know. I loved FMW. I loved FMW, and I want to see what they do.
Well, one more thing. Cody, when he came out, he announced that there's going to be a 6-man ladder match. So far, we got Scorpio Sky, Pentagon, and Cody in it.
So many people and matches.
Put Phoenix in there, dude. I want to see Phoenix in there.
Phoenix is a part of this weird upper mid card level right now where they're trying to get him to something they want him to be in something that's above mid card. You can tell.
But the TNT title is above mid card technically, right?
Is it?
Cody,
right? Like,
Cody and Brody main evented. Sting's in the picture right now, so yeah, it's above mid card, I would say.
Yeah, but
Not
that's
really.
that's kind of sad though when your main title isn't as taken as prestige as your mid card title.
Yeah, it's not. The TNT is purely mid card talent level title. Like the talent that wear it can escalate it to be more meaningful for than where the title sits at. But it's mid card title.
Why Sting in that picture then?
What are you talking about? Sting's not in that picture. Sting is a legend that's just giving credence to it. Sting is just a legend that's showing up. What are you talking about? He's wrestling for the damn title.
I think if Brody and Cody main evented with that title, we've never seen the U.S. title or the IC title in a main event in like 15 years.
But here's the thing: if you use your mid card title, which is the TNT title, that diminishes the value of your heavyweight title. So why?
Because then you have an Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan problem. Then you run the risk of devaluing one of them.
That's when wrestling was the hottest.
Yes, but no, yes. Okay, so you can't say that's when wrestling was the hottest. No, that's when wrestlers were the hottest. Like wrestling, and this is a pet peeve of mine. Okay, wrestling has never been cool with the majority of people. You know what was cool? Stone Cold Steve Austin,
and The Rock,
the Stone Cold Stunner, the Rock Bottom, the Rock.
The character
Chop doing this with your dick and shit. Like wrestling has never been cool with the mainstream media. Wrestlers have been popular with mainstream media. There's a big difference. Hulk Hogan is larger than wrestling, and people loved Hulk Hogan. They didn't care about the wrestling that Hulk Hogan did. They cared about Hulk Hogan. And I don't even know where I'm going with this rant.
I do want to put this down for next week, Elias. I want to talk about is Cody as big of a deal as he thinks he is? Because I want to talk about that next week.
I would love to talk about that because I have thoughts on that too.
I have a lot of thoughts on that. But anyways, I think after the match was interesting, especially them announcing that the barbed wire match, the exploding barbed wire match.
How old school does that feel? How like attention grabbing does that feel? Like, you know why in Japan they did these matches, right? They needed to get as many eyes as they possibly could. They had to fill those arenas, and they had to figure out, like, how do we fill this arena? Well, we're gonna accidentally kill a man. We're gonna tell everyone.
And like their lights out match was crazy. Kenny and Moxley last year.
It was pretty good.
So how good can this be? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
it's an exploding. Have you go back and watch some FMW? Exploding barbed wire, exploding matches, exploding outside matches.
Here's my only gripe about it.
Harpoon matches.
The match is Moxley's specialty.
It's to kill off Moxley so he can go home with Renee for a little bit. Yes.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that, but why? In my opinion, why try to make it seem that it's Kenny's specialty when it should have been the other way around?
This is what you want. This is my Valentine's Day gift to you. Kenny said that.
That's the way I took it too. I didn't take it I didn't take it that the Valentine's gift was, hey, this is a match that we're gonna have. It was more like, I'm gonna do it the way that you would want it to be done. And because Kenny is, because one, it's no disqualification, obviously, so there's gonna be some muckery happening around the waters and stuff. But are
they gonna do it in an empty pool? Like, that's when the first one was done, right? In like an empty pool.
That wasn't the first one. That was something else. There was a harpoon that went through a man, and that you guys got to watch some of the clips from FMW. They're fucking crazy. Anyways, I'm excited for whatever this match is, but it hurt the match. It hurt. Going back to AEW, the show, it hurt this match because they were just trying to get to the end of this match, and I think most people even felt that way about it.
I don't like anything losing as much as he does.
I don't either. We talked about that before too. We talked about that.
Yeah. And I think it goes back to, they made Archer look great. They made Phoenix look great, except for that little botch that he did, almost slipped off the top rope.
You can forgive his little botches though, because he wrestled in that style. Yeah.
But it did. The match felt rushed to get to the end, to get to that segment, and that's where it could have been a better match if they would have just took their time and actually just did it perfectly, but they rushed through it, and that's where it kind of took away from the match.
Especially because you say that it was just to get Lance Archer's win back, but it wasn't just that, because he didn't get the win back against Kenny. It didn't even. I don't know. Here's the thing.
I want to see Kenny and Lance after Moxley goes home.
Yeah, I told you guys I'm sold on Lance now. I'm sold on Lance 100%. This week AEW was a better show in my opinion than NXT, but NXT was not far away from this because of some very, very minor problems that AEW still is growing pains out of, in my opinion. They still don't know how to know when they want to tell a story or when they want to have a wrestling match. They don't know. As much as I hate how many promos you see in NXT and how much time is spent doing things that aren't necessarily wrestling, at least they know hey, this is wrestling, this is promo. This is wrestling, and this is promo.
I put it like this: from an entertainment value, AEW took the W. But from a wrestling standpoint, I think it was even.
It was pretty even. I'll agree with you.
Both programs.
I do like the Cameron Grimes music video. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, Cameron Grimes is money now, literally.
No, that was not fun. I don't like how he's a millionaire now. And why was that? Why did he get rich? Oh, because I went into GameStop and I thought if there's a place that I'm ever gonna support, it would be this place right here. And oh my God, I went to the moon. And then I met a dog named Doge, and now we're living on the moon, and we have a nice little castle.
All right, can we talk about? Let's do East Elimination Chamber predictions really quick.
I gotta go.
No,
I gotta go.
It's not a full card, so I don't think it's worth talking about because we still don't have a full card.
If anything, me and Elias will come back Friday night if we have time.
And I might join you if I have time as well. But I gotta go right now.
So, all right, guys, thank you for joining us. Follow us on social media page, Weekly Wrestling Heat on Facebook and YouTube, and our Instagram. We'll be back next week, same time, 8 o'clock Central, with another episode of Weekly Wrestling Heat all day, all night. Peace out and have a good one.
Goodbye. Bye,